everybody. My name is Allison K. Hymas, and I am the author of the Jeremy Wilderson series. First one's called Under Locker and Key. These are about a 12-year-old boy who is a retrieval specialist, aka a thief for hire, at his middle school, and gets into some scrapes. So I'm going to read a scene where he is trying to find a key, a stolen key, in somebody else's backpack. So let's get going. No one was around to catch me as I crept to the door with the ducks and the pie symbols and walked in. The teacher would have locked the door on their way out, so the fire, if there is one, wouldn't spread all over the place. But the door was unlocked, thanks to the tape. I closed the door behind me. Any teacher scanning the hall would never suspect me. Mark's red bag was right there, leaning against the desk. He had to leave it because teachers don't let you take your stuff with you during a fire. This would be a sleepwalk. I knelt down and started unzipping pockets. I'm not going to do a play-by-play on this one. I found textbooks, worksheets, a pair of gym sneakers, tons of pencils, even a few dollars. I dug up a key, but it wasn't the master key. I sighed. If only it were that easy. The work flew by. It wasn't until I'd zipped up Mark's backpack and leaned it back against the desk that I realized the flaw in my elegant plan. They would be looking for me. The teachers keep a close record of the kids in their classes, and if the kids go missing in an emergency situation, like the fire drill that was happening right then, people tend to worry. A lot. Someone would be looking for me, whether the teachers outside, keeping an eye on the school door for any stragglers, or security guards inside, crawling the halls and calling for me. If I held still, I could hear voices in the hall coming my way. I couldn't let them catch me here. I crossed the classroom in seconds and yanked on the door handle. The door opened, but I caught myself before the door was more than cracked. Opening the door would signal my presence to anyone who might walk down this hall, and it would be hard to explain what I was doing in an 8th grade math classroom when I wasn't in 8th grade. My lies wouldn't hold up, and Mark would win. That wasn't an option. I was a rat in a trap, thanks to one little oversight. With as much knowledge as I had of school procedures, I should have remembered earlier that the teachers would be looking for me. As I looked around the room, plotting my escape options, I realized that I was working on a time limit. If I didn't get out before the teachers really panicked, I'd be in trouble even if I didn't get caught here. They'd wonder why I didn't tell them I was all right and put them at ease, and that would make them mad. I also had to get out of this classroom, escaping the people in the hall before they found me here. Best case, I'd get in trouble for hiding out in school during a fire emergency. Worst, they'd know I pulled the fire alarm, and I'd be suspended or expelled, and Mark would still win. If that happened, Becca wouldn't do a thing to back me up. She was always helpful during our after-school meetings, cameras aside, but I couldn't forget that she was, when late bus bell rang, my nemesis. The window, I whispered. It was the only way out. I just hoped I'd be able to open one without anyone seeing me. Carefully, I peeked out and looked in the hall. No one, but I could hear footsteps. I needed to act fast. I peeled the tape off the door and let it shut, locking me in. No one outside would be able to get in, which gave me a little time. Then I sprinted back across the room, leaping over the occasional chair. After climbing on a cabinet, I examined the window. Aha! Locked, but with a simple latch, and the window was big enough for someone my size to climb through. Nothing stopped me from getting out, not even a screen behind the glass. The best part was that this school was only 1 story high, and the drop would only be a couple of feet. Also, the window faced away from the parking lot, where everyone waited for the fire drill to end, so no one would see me leave the school. I popped the latch up and pushed the window as high as I could get it to go. The window would be unlatched when teacher and class came in, but no one would notice, not on a hot summer day. In one simple maneuver, I slid out the window and into the sweet freedom of the June outdoors. As I fell, I kept my hold on the lower edge of the window, reversing my fingers to the outside so I wouldn't get them caught. My weight, falling to the ground, shut the window. I was out. All right. So One thing that I really enjoy when I write is putting my characters in situations like the one in this. If you noticed, my character Jeremy makes a mistake, and that mistake means that he doesn't have an easy way out of a situation. He's not able to just walk out of the classroom and not be seen after he searches the bag. So he has to find a new solution. He's got to figure out something that'll fix his problems, but it's not the first thing that he thought of. And for me, as a writer, I do that all the time. Often my first idea is not my best idea. It doesn't solve all of my problems. It doesn't do the job that I need it to do. So one thing that I do as a writer is I try to come up with multiple ways that the story could go. So I have a writing prompt for you where I want to ask you to do the same thing. So here's the prompt. Your character is stuck on a desert island. Very simple premise. So this desert island is your typical desert island. It has coconut trees and sand and shells and maybe some bushes, some vines, sure. So what I want you to do is I want you to come up with 3 different ways that this character can get off this island. So, and they have to be different. Look at the resources that your character has. Think about who your character is. Is it somebody who is very clever with their hands? Can they make things really well? Or are they better at other types of planning? Because that can help you figure out different ways to do this. So, yeah, your character's on a desert island. You write 3 different ways, 3 entirely different ways that they can get off this island. Instead of just going with your first idea, maybe your second or your third is going to be the one that gets the job done. All right, thank you, and have a great day.